So I'm in Wisconsin right now, visiting family. And what am I doing besides just growing more hair? I'm working on lots of different things, actually. One of them is robot toy stuff. Like, you know, I've got this robot toy that came out a little while ago, and it's doing really well, and I'm very excited, and it came out really good. And I'm very excited about that. Anyway, I'm working on some accessories for that, and I can't show you any of those because they're top secret, you know, blah blah blah. But I ordered some parts from Shapeways. Shapeways is this place where you send them 3D files, and then they use their magical 3D printing machines to make the stuff and then send it to you. And the first time I ordered stuff from them, I got it back and I was missing a couple parts, and I had an extra part, and some of the parts were all warped, and I was like, well, this isn't that great, but I mean, it's alright. So I tried them again, and the second time, everything came back perfect, and it was spectacular, and I was like, can it just be like this every time? And can it not take a month to get the stuff? That would be awesome! Ah! Anyway, it's a pretty cool service, either way. I don't know if anyone knows any 3D printer services that don't take a month to get your parts. But anyway, I also ordered a few, you know, extra pieces of stuff when I ordered my parts, because I wanted to test out some of the other materials. So, well, here's a plastic one first. I designed this ring a little while ago, which has lots of detail. You know, it's all adventure builder symbols, which, you know, I also just like because I like to be an adventure builder. But I wanted to make something that would have lots of detail, so I could test, like, the stainless steel that they 3D print. Ooh, and I didn't want to make a big thing, because I didn't want it to cost a fortune. And then I got a gold-plated stainless steel one, because, you know, I might want to use this material at some point in the future for some sort of electrical connection stuff. Anyway, partly it was a reason to test the material, and also a good excuse to get a fancy ring for myself. Well, Deshana has one too, so I only got one of them. But, you know, I like to wear it, and it reminds me to be an adventure builder and an excellent person. Oh, and I have the files for that on my website if anyone wants to make those. I think it costs $17 to build this one, and like $19 or something for this one. And then the plastic one was like $2. Anyway, what else am I doing? Oh, I was starting to feel all like kind of fat and old. Not super fat and old, but, you know, fatter and older than I like to feel. So I started doing yoga. So check it out. Hold on. Let me see if I can aim this the right way. Okay. See? Not fat and old anymore. And it even works on these parts. Alright. Put your shirt back on, you crazy monkey. And then I'm also doing silly things like digging holes and working on some plumbing. Oh yeah, but back to the yoga thing for a second. I'm not doing anything fancy. I just went online and typed in yoga and went to images and just wrote down the first, I don't know, like 30 yoga poses that I saw. And it ends up being a lot more than 30. It's probably like 50 total, because a lot of them you do twice. Like, see this? I'll do it with one leg, and then I'll do it with the other leg, and mine doesn't look anywhere near that good. Oh, what's really good? Planks. See, it's like holding a push-up position. I do those extra, because they help you get rid of your, you know, fat tummies. So anyway, that's my really super simple yoga, but it's really good. I mean, it makes me, yeah, I highly recommend this yoga stuff. If you ever have any sore body parts and stuff, it helps your flexibility and just getting rid of soreness. And speaking of exercise, once a week I'm going to Brown Deer Park. It's this park that's pretty close to the house where I'm staying. And I'm trying to start a little running club. And, you know, I posted something on Craigslist, and a couple people expressed interest and blah, blah, blah. But if anyone is in the Wisconsin area, this Saturday, I will be at Brown Deer Park at the southwest corner. It's right on the corner of Good Hope Road and North Range Line Road. I think they're both road. But anyway, it's right at the southeast corner of Brown Deer Park. And then, you know, every Saturday at 1, I'm going there and running like a 5K just like around the park. Well, okay, last week no one showed up, so I just ran like I don't know, 10K or something. Oh yeah, I'm also working on my video game here. And here, let me show you a couple of the new things. If I can get my camera set up straight. Alright, so there's the little Jaimie. And now I've got multiple robots. So I've got the big yellow one I had before, which, you know, has this fancy steering feature. You can walk one direction, aim another direction. But, you know, then I've also got... Well, let me pick up my crowbar. Oh yeah, let me load up my health on my robot first. That's my hammer, which repairs things. And then this is a crowbar. And I'll show you what that does in a second. But in this robot, it's not so high-tech, and you can't rotate different directions. You can only aim the direction you're walking. There's also no armaments or anything, but you can use it to carry stuff around. Let me find a little clear spot. I don't want to go down there because there's an enemy robot that'll come attack me. Okay, here's a little clear spot. I've started implementing lots of building in my game. So right now I have a crowbar, right? And if I go like this, whoosh, whoosh, you push spacebar and the crowbar comes out. Let me make this not too complicated. Let me grab the seat from the robot, which you can do very easily. So you can put it back and then get back on the robot and drive around. But you can just take the seat and put it here. And if you sit in the seat when you're not in the robot, you just can't do anything except get back out. But if I take my crowbar, I can dismantle the seat and dismantle the box that's one of the parts to the seat. And then I can go dismantle the robot. See, I just took a leg off it. Here, I can take another leg off it. I can take all the legs off it, really. Oh yeah, and if I dismantle one of the legs, it becomes a ball bearing and a pipe. And if I drop my crowbar and pick up the pipe and put it back on the ball bearing, it becomes a robot leg again. Let me take my robot apart a little more. And then, you know, if you take it apart enough, you get all this different junk. Robot's kind of a complex thing to put together. Most things aren't this complex. But here, you can even like take this giant ball bearing and take all the balls out of it. And then you can even take it down to like the two steel rings. And if I had my hammer, I could hammer this ring into a pipe. If you hit a pipe with a hammer, it becomes a ring. If you hit a ring, it becomes a pipe. You know. And then if I put them all back together, I get the ball bearing back. And if I put that back, and let me see the battery back with all those parts, and then it becomes the robot piece again. And then I can take this, turn it back into a leg, and put all the legs back on the robot. Oh, I need that wire, not for that, yeah. It's good to have a little bit of space when you're building something complex like a robot, you know, just like in real life. And then to get my seat back, I build a steel box with some sheet metal, and put a pipe there, and you need some wiring because, you know, it has the controls in it. Then I get the seat with the controls back. Let me grab my crowbar and get back in the robot. And you'll be able to take everything apart in the game like this and be able to build different things. And let me just grab another cool thing that you can build. Alright, so here's a giant rock, right? And say it's totally in the way and you can't get through it. And
turbo speed!
Let me pick up one of these. Oops. There, you can shoot it, but it has like 5,000 health and you only take off a little bit of health each shot. And even if I power up all the way, yeah, it doesn't take up that much damage. But if I grab a jackhammer, I have to put my crowbar down. If I take a jackhammer, I can go over here and, you know, if I hit the rock, blam, 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 I can blow it up pretty quick. And there's no rock falling to pieces animation done yet. But like even your jackhammer, you can dismantle into other things. And, you know, you can put it back together. And even like the parts of the thing, you can take apart into different parts. But anyway, that's the stuff I'm working on right now. And the thing I'm working on right now is this. This is the Hoppin' Flobber. And it's like a super 3D printing machine that'll produce all these different parts if you give it energy, and you give it energy by putting stuff into it, but I'll get into that later. But if you stand on it, then parts come up. So this is a ball bearing. And then if you use the arrow keys, you can switch between different parts, but this is the only part that's in there right now. So then if you let go of this, you know, the button you use to get this to show up while you're on a ball bearing, then this will spit out a ball bearing. And it's actually kind of tricky right now trying to figure out how to have the whole animation included, because if I just switched between different frames, never mind. I'm making it as cool as I can be, and it's a little bit hard. That's the bottom line. But also, speaking of video games, my friend Calvin just put up a Kickstarter for his video game. Let me see if I can find it. There's Calvin's Kickstarter page. It's Legend of Dungeon is the video game he's working on. It's actually pretty fun. I played with him a few times. Because, you know, I have the inside track because he's like my friend and stuff.
Hi, I'm Calvin.
Oh, there's Calvin. And there's Alex.
Robot Loves Kitty.
And this is Legend of Dungeon.
Legend of Dungeon is 26 floors of procedurally generated dungeon filled with monsters, weapons, magic, and treasure. We're doing some really neat tricks to dynamically light the pixel art. We wanted to give the visuals a depth and atmosphere unlike anything you've seen in pixel art before.
Anyway, it looks like they got a good start, because they just put that up today. Hopefully they'll get somewhere with that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. And there's, like, if they get enough money, they're going to do some spiffy extra stuff to the game, which is cool. I think my game's just going to be for free, but I also have robot toys to make me money, hopefully. Let's see, what else am I doing? Well, I've also mentioned before that I want to buy an island and move there. So I'm doing research into that. Mostly into figuring out where this could be, and yeah, mostly where it could be. And there's a limited amount I can do online, so I think at some point I'm going to have to do some traveling and go places and visit and see if I can root out some cool places to live. Of course, the other option is just buying, or probably more like building a big boat and just having a floating island. But I would really like to have some solid land under me, kind of. Alright, I better go finish this plumbing and, you know, put the floor back together. Okay, now run to Mama.